Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Dana and today we're going to move through a lower back friendly class. So we're going to focus on lower back stability, core engagement, never putting too much load in our lower back when we're extended or collapsed. Let's start on our back today. Coming with your knees bent, your feet flat like always. Take your time getting here, resting your head on the mat, softening the shoulders down the back. Take a breath, close the eyes, inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling out the mouth, let it go. Resting your hands on top of your belly if that feels comfortable. 2 more breaths. Breathing in, inhale. Breathing out, exhale. See if on this breath, you can take a bigger inhale. So the inhale inflates your belly space up into your hands. Good. And then it deflates, exhaling back towards the mat. Out the mouth. Move your hands up to your rib cage. Breathe into your hands. Breathe in. Front of the ribs, side of the ribs, back of the ribs. Expand, exhale out the mouth. Let it go. 2 more. Breathe into the spots that feel like they're a little bit tired or sleepy. Open it up, expanding those tissues, exhaling out. Beautiful. Last one. Breathing in. And fully exhale out. Good. Resting your hands back on your pelvis. Your pointer fingers will touch. Your thumbs will touch in this nice triangle. You're going to rest your hands there and take a breath here. Inhale, exhale. I want you to tuck the tail, drawing the pubic bone towards your nose, lengthening your lumbar spine into the mat, and then return to neutral. And as you work through, connect your breath with the movement. Good. And neutral. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, use your low abs to slide your pubic bone to your nose, and then return to neutral. Good. Drawing your right knee into your chest, give it a squeeze. Taking your time here, letting the hip flexor release. You're going to draw, just make little circles. So your hands and your arms are initiating the circle of your knee. Good, and then reverse the circle. And so what we're doing is just warming up our hip socket. Good. And then you're going to draw your right knee into tabletop. Your hands are going to press onto the front of the right thigh bone. The right femur bone is going to press into your hands. From here, I want you to really find resistance. So your knee goes towards you, your hands go towards you. You're going to hug belly to spine. Good. Now you're going to begin to flex the foot and extend the heel to the ceiling. And then you're going to bend the knee back into your tabletop. Now what this does is we target our hamstring rather than our lower back. Have you ever done these exercises where you extend the leg and your lower back rounds into the mat? That's precisely what we're not doing here. We're really looking for length from your sitting bone out to your heel. So play with that as we go for 3 more. And what's really nice is you can press into your left leg as you extend and bend your right knee. So there's this feeling of stability in your pelvis and in your lower back in response. Good. 2. Inhale, exhale, 1. Hold it as long as you can. So maybe your leg isn't fully extended. See where you're at and then point and flex the foot. Keep pushing your hands into your leg into your hands, and really spread those metatarsals, your toes apart as you point. Good. So you're breathing into that extension of your ankle and then the flexion. Let's do 5, 4. Waken up the sticky parts of your feet now. Still stretching our hamstring and still stabilizing our lower back. And 1. Bend the knee, give it a nice squeeze. Place the foot down, take a breath. Notice the difference between your legs before we switch. Easy shoulders. Hug abdomen to spine. You're going to draw your left knee into tabletop. Hands again, press into the front of the leg. So right where the quad is, you're going to press. Now stay here, push into your right foot. Make sure your hips feel square. And then pay attention to your back and square it off as well. So hug belly to spine. Get longer through your lower back without arching or collapsing. Good work. And then you're going to extend the leg as long as you can without bringing the knee towards you. And then bend the knee back to tabletop. Keep the pressure of your hands into that thigh. Activate your hamstring. One side's going to feel tighter for you than the other. This side's tighter for me for sure. So it's really good information, right? Like which side are we doing a little bit more work potentially? Good. For 4, and just being curious as we move through these exercises. Softening the shoulders, breathing. 2. And last one, you're going to hold it there. Push the hands into the legs into the hands. Point the toes and flex. Now, as you do this, I really want you to think about spreading apart your toes and reaching them to you so you feel activation not only through your hamstring, not only through the front of the ankle, but also through each toe joint. 4, beautiful work. You got it. For 3, for 2. And last one, you're going to bend the knee. You're going to hug that knee into the chest. Give it a nice squeeze before you place the foot down. Good, you guys. We're going to go into our leg lift. So you're going to hug abdomen to spine. Notice that you're not collapsing and you're not overarching. Find stability. Now slide your abdomen back to press into your hands and lift your right knee into tabletop. See if you can square off your hips. Tap the toe down. Exhale, lift. Soften the shoulders. Practicing with your breath, moving the leg for 5. Exhale in. For 4, if you feel like you're twisting as the knee comes in, see if you can push a little bit more into your left big toe. 3. Good. 2, keep those abs zipped up. Last one. Place the right foot down. Take an inhale. Deep exhale out the mouth, let it go. Prepare. Breathing in, breathing out, lifting left leg into tabletop. So see if you can keep those hips square. Once again, push into your right foot this time. And then you're going to tap down, exhale, lift. Option to make this smaller. If you feel like the leg is pulling at your lower back, option to just go halfway. See what you need today. 3. And 2, long abs supporting your spine, and 1. Good, place the foot down, take a breath. If that felt like enough, you stay with that. If not, come with me. Hug abdomen to spine. Now, soften those shoulders, open up the throat, open up through the crown of the head. You're feeling long and connected. Draw your right knee into tabletop and then your left knee to meet it. Good work, you guys. Press into the hands. Tap the right toes to the mat. Exhale, slide and lift. And left toes, exhale, slide and lift. So again, if you feel like you're overarching in your back, you're gonna make this even smaller. The leg will not touch the floor, and that's fine. That's totally fine because we don't really care about how big the movement is. Much more we care about the support that we're bringing to our lower back. And in this position, you still have a neutral curve. So you're not jamming your lower back into the mat. You're thinking, how can I decompress as I move? For 2, beautiful. For 1. 1 foot at a time comes to the mat. Take a pause. Let your shoulders rock down the back. Rock your head a little bit side to side. Let it go. Breathe. Good. Big inhale, big exhale. Once again, stay with that. If that felt like enough, you're going to inhale to prepare. If not, come with me. Hug abdomen to spine. Lift your left knee into tabletop and then your right knee to meet it. Squeeze your legs together, inner thighs, big toes all the way. Zip up to your belly button and then to your nose. Legs lever halfway this time. Exhale, pull in. I don't want you to touch the floor. I want you to find your length. And the work is on the in. So as the knees come in, you resist that pull. And we're feeling that long psoas, deep engagement through our deep abdomen. For 2. And last one. You're going to place 1 foot at a time down and just take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, good work, you guys. We're gonna go into some bridging. Walk your feet a little bit closer to you. Spread your toes apart. Your knees are in parallel. First thing I want you to do, you're gonna take your hands back into that diamond, back into that triangle. You're gonna press your hands down onto your pelvis. So my fingertips are really touching my pubic bone and my palms are really touching my hip points. So find your body here underneath your hands. Before we move, I want you to push down as if you're pushing down into a weight. Push down into your pelvis. And feel what that compression can give you. Feel how you have to activate a little bit through the abs and feel how the glutes might slightly engage, not a squeeze, just an engagement. Hold that, breathe into it, release. Do it one more time, inhale. Exhale, push down, feel that compression, hug belly to spine, feel how the pelvis is stable. And then release. We're gonna add a little lift. So listen carefully. We're not gonna round in our back. We're gonna stay in that neutral curvature. We're protecting our lower back. As we lift up, you're gonna press down with your hands. Your hips are 3 inches off the mat. Hold it there. Really push, 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 push into your hands. Find your glutes without squeezing your butt cheeks together. So wide sitting bones. And then push into your hands as you lower your hips down. Find that same resistance as you push up. And you're going to continue lowering and lifting the hips. But practice with me, wide sitting bones. So those pointy bones in our butt cheeks are not coming towards each other, they're pointing to our heels. We're finding the activation of our back line and our glutes without that deep squeeze, without compressing in our anus, without compressing in our posterior pelvic floor. 2, this is a good way to protect and lengthen through the lumbar spine. Last one, you're gonna keep the hips lifted and hold. Good, pressing into your hands. Hands are pressing down. 3, find that wide sitting bone engaged, low belly. 2. And 1, lower the hips straight down. Take your hands down by your side. Good. Take a big inhale. Same work. Shoulders soften, open throat, hover the hips up. Now widen those sitting bones. Feel the engagement of your core. You're gonna just lift up and down an inch. And as you lift up and down, you're really looking for the same sensation of wide open sitting bones. Pushing and pulling now from your feet. We're working through our hip socket, but we're really protecting our lower back. How do you zip your belly up even more? Beautiful. 2. Last one. Lower hips down. Take a breath. Rock your knees side to side. Let it go. Your head can rock in opposite direction of your knees. Good work. And then coming back to center. Take an inhale here. Now we're going to hover the hips. Same thing. If this feels like it's too much on your lower back, I want you to keep your hips on the floor. Inhale to prepare. Hug belly. Protect your lower back. Think, I'm creating space. Lift your hips up and hold. Squeeze your knees together. Open the knees a little bit wider than the hips. The feet stay just where they started. We're actively using our legs and we're actively stabilizing through our back. For 5, 4, keep pressing into the hands. 3, connect into your abdomen. 2, and 1, lower the hips straight down. Take 1 knee at a time into the chest. Let your back round into the mat and make big circles with your knees as if you're stirring a pot of butter. As if we make butter anymore, but you know what I mean. And then you're going to churn in the other direction. Churning your butter. 2, and 1. Place 1 foot at a time down on the mat. Good. Last thing we do on our back today. Soften the shoulders, press into your hands. Inhale, hug belly to spine. I want you to think length and find your zip. Draw the right knee into tabletop. Once again, you got it. Draw your left knee up to meet it. Now, again, find your zip. Heels come together, toes come apart. You're in a froggy position. You're going to extend your legs, reach out your inner heels, bend the knees, pull it in. Knees are as wide as your armpits. Push and pull. And we're doing this last, maybe more advanced exercise to challenge our lower back stability. So if your lower back is rounding as the knees come in, make it a little bit smaller. Just go a little bit out, a little bit in. I want you to find the range that you can support yourself in. 3, pushing the heels together, flexing the feet. 2, good work. And last 1. You're going to bend the knees, bring them back into the chest, and then rock to your side. We're going to come up onto hands and knees. Meet me there. So coming all the way to your hands and knees positioning, I want you to bring your hands underneath your shoulders and spread the fingers apart. Shins press onto the mat. Hug belly to spine, soften your elbows, lift your heart. Now from here, feel what it feels like to dump in your lower back. Don't make it too big. I want you to protect yourself. And then you're gonna find what it feels like to zip your ribs together and feel length out your lower back instead. Keep that. Listen carefully. Push into your shins. You're gonna hinge your butt halfway back, just halfway. Soften the shoulders and then push back forward. Now, as if you could really drop your shins down into the basement of your home. So can you push into your shins and send your sitting bones back without rounding your back body? This is such a good way to feel our length and support ourselves against gravity, against the weight of our organs, against ourselves. The urge to collapse in our lower back is strong. Let's not do it. For 2. Good. Hug belly. Last 1. Good. You're going to take a breath. Coming back onto hands and knees. Soften the elbows. Hug abdomen to spine. We're just going to test it out. Last thing for today. You're going to slide your right leg back on the mat. Now, as you do that, it's very easy to go to the left. I want you to see if you can stay grounded into your right hand. Gaze down at your hips, everyone. Make sure your hip is not twisted. Parallel to the floor. Hug belly to spine. Now here's the biggest challenge of the day. We're not going to bow in the back as the leg lifts. You're going to extend out the toes, reaching out the back of the leg, keeping your core connected. Hold it here. Breathe into your length. You're going to reach your left arm out. If you feel stable, you're going to hold for 5. 4, find the length from your core radiating out to your toes and your fingertips. 2 and 1. Hand comes down first. Knee comes down underneath you. We're preparing for the other side. Take a breath. Soften the elbows. Push into your shins. Connect your core. Take a breath before you move. Think about square hips. Deep core connection. Slide your left toes back on the mat. Look down. Once again, make sure those hips are still square. You're going to lengthen the leg to lift. And again, we're not doing it from our back. So maybe the leg only lifts 2 inches off the mat. That's fine. Stay with that. Breathe, lift, and then you're going to extend the right arm. Palm faces towards the left. Soften the shoulder down the back. If this feels like enough with your leg lifted, just stay there. 2 more breaths, you guys. You got it. Hug belly. Get longer. Radiate out to your toes and to your fingertips. Lower your hand down, lower your knee down, tuck your toes under, sit your butt back onto your heels, stretch out your feet, breathe. Let your head fall to the mat. Big inhales and big exhales. Beautiful work today. So just taking your time, if you feel crunchy in your lower back, coming back to these exercises, and maybe you just choose 1 to practice. Finding the breath, letting it go. And then coming up to sit, sitting cross-legged or on a bolster, on a brick, on something that can support you. Take your time, close your eyes. Bring both hands onto the belly and feel what it feels like to actively support your spine here in a seated position. Shoulders rest on top of the hips, the head floats on top of the spine. Beautiful, opening the eyes. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.